STEMology, the Young Scientist Survival Guide, session number 7. Welcome back. You're listening to STEMology with Alina Adams. Here's your daily reminder to drink some water and practice some healthy self-care. AKA, if you're still practicing social distancing, you probably haven't been out of the house in a while, so treat yourself better than a baby plant. You need water and sunlight, my friend. Go on a walk and feed your soul. Anyways, after that, you'll be ready to hear more from your STEM survival guide. If possible, I will do my best to change your mind or ignite a fire within you to start reading more and find your book genre niche as I introduce you to my favorite book and author, Better, A Surgeon's Notes on Performance by Atul Gwande. Now, if you are immediately turned off by mentioning surgeons or surgery, I really want you to know that there are no visuals, no descriptions of a bloody operating room or too much death, or anything else surgeons are negatively associated with in this book that might stress you out. So let's start by learning more about Atul Gwande and his work. He inspires me so much to reach for my dreams full throttle and gives me the motivation I need to become the person I want to be. I'm just going to paraphrase the About the Author section at the end of this book, because I know I couldn't describe him better than the man himself, so here we go. Atul Gwande, who is a 2006 MacArthur Fellow, is a general and endocrine surgeon at the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, a staff writer for The New Yorker, an assistant professor at Harvard Medical School and the Harvard School of Public Health, and a frequent contributor to the New England Journal of Medicine. Okay, I know I said I would paraphrase, but I really can't do that on the spot, so here we are, don't judge me. It seems there is nothing this man can't do. I know in one of his books, The Checklist, I highly recommend it, but in that book, he is on the task force of the World Health Organization in an effort to see which mitigations can occur to stop the number of patients who meet unfortunate outcomes post-surgery. It's an excellent read. I learned so much in that book. There are parts of what I learned in Atul Gwande's book, The Checklist, that I added into episode number 3 when we talked about time management and organization. So let's get down to it then. The first thing that grabbed my attention and really made me fall in love with his books is Gwande's ability to relate surgeons and their daily struggles to things that us normal people can understand. His specialty is finding historical, modern, and sometimes very personal examples of his experience with his own patients to accompany his main points. He's really able to paint a beautiful picture and connect the ideas that he wants to express. The whole premise of this book is to discuss something that I think about all the time, and I know many of you do too, the intense desire to perform well. That is why we chose STEM in a way, isn't it? We want to be able to better some aspects of the world, however we're able to do it. And that means, in some sense, that we usually have to be self-disciplined in order to achieve the level of success that we want. Whether that is doing well in a class or earning a high cumulative GPA, we all face a strong need to perform our best. Gwande explores how each of us faces fatigue, limited resources, and imperfect abilities, but there's always that want or need to do better and improve performance in whatever way possible. That drive will make sure we can attain success. And I think that is awesome and so important to consider. I don't know about you, but no matter who you are, it would never hurt to think of ways to be more efficient, build on the skills or attributes you have already developed, find innovative ways to do it even better, and put 110% into things that are important to you. That way you are always learning and always improving. Now, it might seem a little daunting to think that the learning never stops, especially not after graduation for us STEM majors, but if you're not growing, you're not trying. No one said it would be easy or come to you without stress or self-doubt. That is what this virtual support system here is for, so we can remind each other to keep moving, keep pushing forward, and that it will all be worth it soon. The only thing to be truly afraid of here is stagnation and not reaching your full potential or not reaching for your dreams at all for fear of failure. Let's keep going. Okay, so in addition to continual learning, Gwande expresses the unity of two fundamental sides. One side is an individual's best intention, and the other is their best performance. Harmony of these two concepts is not easy, but it is necessary for that growth and next level improvement that we keep talking about. Turns out even award-winning surgeons deal with this kind of struggle. It makes me feel like I still have a fighting chance here. Now, my favorite part of any of his books is the stories that he chooses to accompany the points that he makes. I won't spoil any of the best parts because that would be so rude to take that experience from you. But I will say, in Better, A Surgeon's Notes and Performance, Gwande takes you on a brilliant journey starting in Iraq, where you experience a taste of the unique labors medics deal with on the battlefield in surgical tents. Then we continue on to the most interesting part to me, where you accompany Gwande through the history of maternal labor and delivery. There are some insane statistics he gives about childbirth and the tools and various techniques that are used for the highest success rates. We explore, in the name of innovation, if doctors actually have a hand in unfavorable birthing outcomes. It's kind of a scary thought, but I feel like it's worth the question. There are also super interesting insights into malpractice lawsuits in courtrooms across the country. This is the ugly part of being a doctor that you probably hear much less about. Now, something I had not really given too much thought to before reading this book is the very controversial subject of lethal injection, and the possibility that medical professionals who participate could be in breach of the Hippocratic Oath. And there are so many more stories included in the book, and I can't wait for you to hear them all. I have obviously watered down the content a bit to make the reading more interesting for you, but some of the most touching aspects of the book, like reading from Gwande's perspective when it comes to his patients, that I didn't really talk on very much. But these stories, coupled with my own experiences, really started a fire within me to be there for people, especially in their most difficult moments. I promise it is much better reading than it sounds with me explaining it to you, but I can't wait for you to start the journey on your own. Atul Gwande is so clearly compassionate and strong in his choice to serve people, and this really shines through in the book. As he launches his investigation from what makes a medical professional good versus great is genuinely captivating. So here are the deets. I have the free Kindle app and was able to purchase the ebook for $9.99 on Amazon, but a hard copy is only about $12 more or less, which is way more than worth the price. So what are you waiting for? Get yourself a copy. Now, the biggest excuse that I hear from people when I recommend a book or an author is that they don't have time to read or they get bored easy. But my advice in response to that is, one, no one said you gotta read a whole book in one sitting. So take your time, get in where you fit in, read in between classes or buy an audiobook and listen as you drive to work or to school. But the goal is to grow, remember? And that cannot happen if you're refusing to move outside of your comfort zone. So make time, my friends. First, just set a small goal. Just finish the book in a timely manner, and then we can go from there. My second piece of advice is to get a group together. If it helps motivate you, convince your friends to read a book with you. Hold each other accountable as you read. Any book would be good. I'm preaching for nonfiction and my favorite author, but in general, I just like to see my STEM fellows reading and enjoying themselves. Use this as an opportunity to reach out to your friends or peers and start a journey together, one without any negative outcomes. Alas, that is all I have for you for now. Happy reading, young scientists! Next on STEMology, I want to begin a dialogue to examine what it's like to be a woman in such a male-dominated society, like the STEM majors tend to be. The strides that women have made in the sciences are extraordinary and have been crucial to the development of society in general. And I am so excited to have a front row seat as I watch my classmates grow into the people that they are meant to be and leave their marks on the world. Join me in the next episode with 2 young female scientists. I am so excited to break this topic down with Camilla Aponte and Mai Lee, both of which are UMKC students and will provide some prime perspective into the academic and social life of a woman of color in STEM. Please share and subscribe to join the STEMology family. I want to hear from you. Send in all questions and comments to the show at STEMologyYSSG@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter at STEMologyYSSG, so I can introduce a couple of question and answer episodes of content that matters to you. Thank you so much for listening to our 7th episode of STEMology, a Young Scientist Survival Guide, where you are encouraged to strive for that perfect balance of best intentions and best performance. Tune in with me, Alina Adams, for episode 8, 3 Young Women in STEM. See you next time.